Hello guys, it's Central Strong, aka Kiddo Central. This is another episode I'm doing on my podcast. I know I haven't been on here for quite some time, but I'm back. And this episode is to clarify the meaning of the difficulty of passing the first step. What I mean by that is clarifying that there's always a challenge when you start out with something. And typically the first step of any process, of any conquest, of any job or whatever you have to do to get where you want to get to is going to be difficult. Many times I know within my life, I have months, sometimes a month would start out difficult. And then when I continue to progress, when I get to like the middle of a lot of months, things would get better and end well. And I think the biggest thing is to end something on a good note. I rather end my life on a good note than having it start out well and then it ends bad, because the ending is where your destination really lies. It's where you really want to be. It's where you look back and say, hey, this is what I've done. This is what I accomplished. This is where I made it to. At least I ended this part of this time, or I ended here, or I ended with this. So I don't know who's out there having a difficult time the starting of February or the starting of 2021, but I just want you to know you want to have, I'd rather have a good time or a good year all around, but just know if you may have a difficult time right now, we don't know what the future will hold. And it's better to see what you can do to make sure your future and your present, the present matters, of course, but the future, definitely the future to be a brighter place than what it is now and what it was before now. If you had a dark past, there's always a way to make your future better than your past. So it's better to know where you're going than where you went. And I use the past to learn. I use the past to define what I went through. I don't ever use the past to control what I'm doing or what I'm going to do. I learn from the past, and I don't let the past dictate what I am now. But yeah, I mean, we all got a past. We all got something that's in our memories that we may not want there, or we may want there. But the key point is to never let the past dictate who you are and where you're going. Use little pieces of the past to navigate you into the right direction. Not the wrong direction, the right direction. There's many directions people go to, and they let their past cloud what they're going through and what they're choosing to do. And the past would just dictate dictate their whole entire life, and they lose jobs and lose possibilities and they lose opportunities and they lose relationships because their past clouded everything that was going on in their life. What I mean by past, if something stopped happening, it's in the past initially. If something stopped happening and it's no longer happening, it shouldn't really dictate what you're going to be and what you're going to do right now. It's okay to add implements of the past into your life, but never, ever let the past be the absolute control, absolute meaning, absolute master of whatever you're choosing to do with your life. That goes on with the first step. The first step is normally the quickest step. Not the quickest step, sometimes the hardest step, but also the quickest step to your memory. That's what I meant to say in this life. So if you're having a hard beginning of 2021, I don't know who's going to hear this, of course. Just keep on fighting. The first step is always the hardest step. January and February are known to be very, very difficult months nationally. Definitely with the weather and sometimes with depression and all kinds of stuff. So I'm saying this because if you're having a tough beginning of 2021, don't give up. Don't let up. Don't quit whatever you're trying to do, because things may seem cloudy now. Because I'm telling you, if you keep at it, eventually a lot of doors are going to start opening, because that's the only choice. That's the only choice that's going to come. No. So if you're having a difficult time at the beginning, keep progressing, keep moving forward. There's going to be many doors that's going to open your way, that's going to lead to great success, but you can't see it until you get there. And the only way you can get there is by never letting up. So with all being said, this is my podcast, another episode. Thank you for listening. For those who listened, the first step is always the hardest step. If you get past the first step, then you get past any step. Thank you. You have a blessed day. See you guys soon.